he's going to be reloading.
We might get that happening quite a lot this event. 5, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160. Yeah, I'll make it 320. Look, and as Jay says, you look down, you've got kings.
But it's what they do, it's the way they grind, solid approach, and it's going to make you money in the long run. Maybe not as much as a player that's going to be more aggressive in certain spots. So like what I've seen from Jagger, always pretty impressed from him whenever he's on the feature table. Happy to get involved, happy to run it. It's been a very good watch though, can't take that away. And Jagger raising it to 60, Ryan folding the ace-5, and Jamie here on the button. Jamie freebetting the Queen 9 suited, like it, especially this deep versus Jagger with position. Vinny's in with the cold call, and Jagger calls closing the action with the 6s.
Flop time, 935, Rainbow.
Lovely flop here for Jamie after freebetting this particular hand. And gonna see him continue here, Tower, just so often here with the Queen 9 of space. There is some argument in a heads up coup to check this one potentially in a free bet situation, but multi-way here, happy to try and thin the field down and get to the turn heads up. Vinny's actually going to call here with the King 10. I was about to say I'm surprised to see that, but I'm not, because it's Vinny and he is getting an attractive price. And Jagger here with the 6s in a really interesting spot, because this is a spot where we're not usually going to overcall the 6s, Tower, but with Vinny involved and Jamie, who's obviously more than capable of making a move, might actually choose to overcall the 6s here in this spot. Like, it's in a normal scenario, just be folding here a lot of the time as Jagger, but he's actually opted for the third option and raised this one up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Raised to 950 from Jagger. And Jamie now just got a pure call, Tower.
Yep.
Nothing else we can do here as Jamie but call this one with the Queen 9. Well, we'll just chuck a plaque in, why not? Get 50 change.
Absolutely.
And now Vinny should get out of the way. I say should, but Vinny has been a very tricky
Vinny,
customer.
Yeah. We know what Vinny can do. And we know he likes the overs. And he could still flick it in. Capped it out the 950. It's 675 to call.
Look at this.
Absolutely.
In comes Vinny. 3.7 in the middle. Pot is brewing. And the Queen 9 of Jamie out in front at the moment. Turn time.
Oh, we've only spiked it on the turn.
Oh, Vinny. How does he do it? And this should check through though, Tower. I'd be very surprised if Jagger continued running it with 6s. Might have raised for protection purposes on the flop. Jamie can just continue a lot of high cards like Ace King, King Queen, Ace Queen, these type of hold-ins. And obviously Vinny, a wild card, can have any 2s. So may have been raising the 6s for protection purposes. But once we've been called in 2 spots, I think this is just shut down central for us, for Jagger. And there's the check. And if I'm Jamie, I'm probably going to be checking this Queen 9 of spade behind. I'm just searching for showdown, trying to get this one to showdown with this 370 bigs in the middle already. Well, probably going to fire small. I see him reaching for chips here, Tower, but if he's reaching for chips, I'm probably not going to opt for too large a sizing, no more than half, just so we can check back some rivers. So it's going to go call from Vinny, fold from Jagger.
There you go. Should be a snap fold from Jagger. And that's exactly what he's done. So we're already up to 7,000 in the pot.
Yeah, so unless it's a queen or a 9 on the river, it should just go check, Tower, because Jamie's chose this size basically to get a free showdown with position, gets to dictate the action on the river. And it's the deuce of diamonds.
Complete brick.
No!
we've only slung in the triangle.
Wow, Vinny just sticks it in with the king 10. He's actually got the best hand. This is the most insane value rip ever, Tower, and it might work as well because he can credibly rep hands that have missed here. Backdoor hearts, hands like 7-8, 6-7 of hearts, 6-8 of hearts all in there. If he's calling king 10 off on the flop, he's going to be calling hands like jack 10 of hearts, queen jack of hearts, queen 10 of hearts, these type of holdings. Ace 4 of hearts, well, ace 4 of hearts is a will, but like ace deuce of hearts in there, these type of holdings. But this is a really interesting spot here for Jamie because you never expect Vinny to have a king. You've got to remember, it's gone bet, call, raise, call on the flop, so there shouldn't really ever be a king X out there for Vinny. I know we can see he actually has the king 10 here, but the only real king X that Vinny should have on that flop should be like king 9, maybe king 5 suited in there. So it's a really weird spot here for Jamie, the way this hand's played, and rips it for 3.3, getting 3-1 on the call here with our queen 9. But like, what's...
So you're more or less saying he should be calling this because there's no king X out there.
Well, there shouldn't be. Like from a theory perspective, Tower, there shouldn't be. Other than king 9 suited, which we got removal to, only 2 combos left with the 9 of spades. From a theory perspective, yes. But from a hand with Vinny in perspective,
yeah,
he can probably have more king X than anyone in this spot. That's the crazy thing about it. It might even float like his king 7 suited, king 6 suited, king 8 suited with backdoor diamonds. But then the other thing we need to take into account is Vinny then going to shove these one pair holdings for value on the river. And he's called. He's made the call.
Vinny's in front, ladies and gentlemen.
Vinny's in front. He's £600 up. He's laughing. He's doing cartwheels. He's £600 in the green. Vinny finds the donk value shove with the king 10. Wow, we said stay tuned, guys. I wasn't expecting that, but what?
Wow.
Another hand we've seen there. Over 1,000 big blinds in the middle.
Vinny is out of it.
He's out of the hole. He's found that ladder. He's climbed out of it. And fair play to the man. He's got max there because Jamie's going to snap check back that 9 on the river, and Vinny just not having it. Comes in for the lead jam. And it gets called by worse. What a hand again. What a stream this has been.
So we've gone 3-bet to 375. Rodrigo's called. Jamie has 4-bet to 1.7. And now it's back round to Vinny, who's up to 20k from 5.
I can't see Vinny calling, Tower. Jamie here, ace 10. Definitely one we can mix into the 4-bet bluff range. Ace 10 off can be in there, especially versus Ben as well, who's more than capable of finding 3-bet bluffs. So this ace 10, not a bad candidate to choose. Obviously we're not going to 4-bet 100% of the time, only going to be at a small frequency, but it will find its way in that. Now on Ben, Tower, and this is a dicey spot this deep, just because of how deep we are. I think we're just supposed to play flat here on the button with position. Don't think we're going to be 5-betting here, because Jamie's still obviously got the aces and kings. Although we block them, only 3 combos of aces, 3 combos of kings from our perspective.
Can we 5-bet?
We can, Tower, but I just think this deep against a 4-bet here from Jamie that we're supposed to just flat.
He does just flat.
You drink it? No.
Now Rodrigo getting a really attractive price with the king queen suited. But we're only in for 390, Tower, so probably happy to fold the king queen. I think he'll be aware that so likely to be in a dominated spot here. Look at this, 3.9k in the middle already.
In the tank is our Rodrigo.
I'd be surprised if he called tower. And the other thing I will mention as well, he's got 4 1k plaques there and probably a 2k stack of things, so he is actually a lot deeper than what the graphic shows. I'd be surprised if Rodrigo was going to come along here after this action that has just occurred. So here we go, guys. Nearly 4k in the middle. 4-bet pot between Jamie Lee and Ben. Battle of the GU KPC champions. Jamie winning Luton last year. Ben winning Manchester back in 2019.
Jack 9-7 Rainbow.
Yes, we have flop day gut shot here as Jamie. If we are going to elect to c-bet, should be a fairly small size choice here. But Ben will definitely have the jacks, the 9s here. I'm not sure he's always going to be 3-betting 7s. But I think it's a board we will play some checks on as Jamie as the 4-better. And does choose to check. And over to Ben with the ace-king. Now I've got to start thinking about Jamie's range. I think Ben will be aware Jamie's good enough here to be checking some overpairs, the aces, the kings, because we're just more likely to have the 9s, jacks, these type of hands. I guess Jamie will call 4 jacks as well, can have top set. Ben weighing his options up. It looks like he's going to be firing.
21. Oh, 1.1.
Yeah, 1.1. Small size in here. Going to be small size choice in the 4-bet pot. And Jamie, just expect him to play check call here, tower. Getting this price over 4.5 to 1 on the call. Should just be a check call from him. Does elect to check call, but look at this pot, 6.1k in the middle, and the best hand is ace king high.
Oh, what a turn!
Oh my word! And this is danger for Ben now, tower. This is dangerous because Ben, in theory here, as the caller of the 4-bet, should probably have a lot more 10x here than Jamie. So in terms of ranges, he's going to have a few more straights here than Jamie. So it may be a card that Ben might start taking off on here, just because of the 10x advantage that we should have in this spot, as Jamie as the 4-better and us as the caller. Surely Jamie just has to play check here for that reason as well, and Ben did have the better lead after firing flop. I'd be surprised if he did lead, tower. He's had a little glance at his chips, so he is going to lead.
You see the dark blue chicks? Plaques?
Yep.
The 5k.
They're 5k.
The dark blue plaques are 5k.
So that looks like just under 6.
No, it's not.
Oh,
The
that
500.
one's a 500.
There is, yeah, there's a different one. So 2600 was the bet. That was a 500.
That's a massive pot here already. I think Ben now going to get away from it. The thing is here, Tower, if Jamie checks, Ben might have gone for it. Oh, well, he is going to go for it. He is going to go for it. He just knows he's got the 10x advantage. And he is drawing dead to a chop. Ben has gone after it. Jamie snap calls 9 of spades on the river. And we got a 24k pot in a 5-5-10 game. Ben Maraged's going after it. Can't fault the heart, but oh my word. Was not expecting that, tower. Just unleashes the 9k rip on the turn with ace king high. Drawing dead to a chop, and all that's down to is the 10x advantage that Ben should have in that spot. But oh my word, that was something else. 24k pot going Jamie Lee's way. Ben bluffing for chunks. That takes some caliber, tower.
Oh, and he just sat there and he just nonchalantly went.
I know you may be watching, looks like Ben's just dusted off 10, 11k, but not many people can pull the trigger for that amount of money But Ben was just going on the 10x advantage there. That's all it can be, Tower. Jamie as the 4-bet are going to have less 10x than Ben as the caller of the 4-bet.
All right, everyone.
Jamie scooping by far the biggest pot of the night, and I think that's going to sport him well over a 20k profit now.
Yeah.
What a hand.
£25,000 hand. You've seen it live.
And look at Jamie's stack. That just looks beautiful there, literally. Lovely looking poker stack. More to come, please, stream.
Wowzers.
So we've got new players. Is that Tom Hudson there?
And Kieran coming in.
Bit of a doppelganger there.
He is a little bit. For the online manager, Mr. Tom Hudson.
Deborah's called now, and Richard. Which Richard is it? Do we know which Richard it is? Hearts and Hearts fighting off again. 3 times. A lot of hearts been dealt out, Tal, but not many on the flop. I did well. He hit the straight flushing hearts, didn't he?
Yeah. Kieran Davey comes to our table. Richard Griffiths in C1.
Richard Griffiths. I don't think I know him. Oh, look, what the
10,
hell?
9, 3,
Tower,
all hearts.
3 of them have flopped hearts.
They've all flopped.
Queen
to
High,
flush.
King High, Ace High.
Wow.
This is going to be carnage. Oh my gosh.
There's nearly every out on the board. The Jack of
Have you
Hearts
seen
is out
this?
for Richard.
This could be a 3-way all-in, Tower, if it's played fast by any of them. This is absolutely ridiculous. When Kieran gets all this action, he'll have to check his cards back, see if he's bloody actually got the Ace of Hearts, Tower, and not the Ace of Diamonds. So Richard's just called. Oh, Richard's called just with a Jack, with a King, with a Jack.
Yeah. He's got the redraw to the
Heart.
straight flush, he thinks.
Blow me neck. So what's going to happen now? KK's going to squeeze it up. He's just called as well. Now what's Peter going to do?
Yeah, Kieran's got the notes, so I don't mind.
No,
I don't mind
KK just flattered with his Queen High flush.
Oh yes,
And now
Kieran's
it's on
got the
Peter
nuts.
with the King High flushes. He's going to raise here. Here we go. So he's going to raise.
Oh man.
Kieran's going to probably just flat call, or jam it, or just put it in, thinking he's never going to get a fold,
Yeah.
which he won't.
Raise to
How the action's
5k
gone.
from Peter.
Kieran's getting a bit.
Your hair's fine, mate. Your hair's fine, you're like that.
Go with the camera with the boy in a grey jacket so I can see you. Tina's gonna give you a
Hey, turn his camera off.
Sure, there's a half an hour delay. He's not going to see you half an hour.
Hello, sir. Yeah. Okay, points roll through B. 10,000, 20,000, 20,000. So 10k for yourself.
It's crazy how it is so that. The screenshots go out so well.
Here we go.
Here
You're like a genius, like after that. Give him a minute. 2.19.
Mike, for the session, the final session, so live stream's going to finish at 1.
I've got some bad news as well.
Oh no.
I walked past the bar and it's just as busy as it was last night.
Is it?
It's absolutely rammed. Everyone that's just finished the cup is gone to the bar.
Right.
There's obviously loads of players that have been drinking there all day. So early night for us tonight.
That's it. Draw. Well, they'll all be pished by the time we finish, so we'll. It gives us an easier chance to slide away.
Yeah, exactly. No one will see you. They won't recognise us.
Exactly right.
No, Cal didn't even.
He bagged up in the mini.
Yeah, didn't even
bagged up
in the cup.
In the cup.
Didn't even make the money. There's a Ben with the King 10. Let's see if it continues. Ben T comes to the table with heaps. Ben T at the table. What we're going to do, guys, why everyone's coming back, we're going to reward the people that are tuned in straight after break. We are going to do a giveaway in the next 5 minutes. We're going to do the usual Tower or J Finks, nice and quick one. We've got one more 110 token to give away for this festival, so we're going to do it this evening because tomorrow we're obviously going to be concentrating on the final day. So in 5 minutes time we're going to have the final giveaway on stream for the festival. We have given away over £10,000 so far this year on stream. Over 10k has been given away on stream. And there'll be plenty more to come throughout the season. Okay, Ben just starting where he left off. Opens King 10, flops trips on King Jack. Picking up exactly where he left off. 10k, 20k blinds now. So guys, would you like a tower or would you like a J Finks?
Oh no!
We'll do the first 3 in the chat. J, tower, 2-1 me.
2-1 you. 3-1. Da, 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 da. Cheers, guys.
I just get stitched up right in the centre. So we'll do the giveaway after this hand, so then we can just concentrate on the rest of the session. And we had nearly 900 people watching at the back end of the last session, and it's very hard to manage the chat box for the giveaway when there are that many viewers. So we'll try and get it in. Reward the people that have come back straight after break. So we'll give it after this hand. It's for a 110 token on the Grosvenor client. As David opens the ace 10 from under the gun, chooses to open this off of 13. Shows the rip. Just going to go for the open here into Jack's big blind. Jack Queen 8 off, just going to let it go, so raise and take. For David, have you got a question yet, or do you need more time?
2 minutes.
He needs more time for a question, so we'll do another hand.
Well, that was a quick hand.
King Queen, definitely find an open with this if we want to. Attempt to steal and still get some value from big blind defend range. Makes it 40. Did PK put the chip counts in, actually? That's a good question. We'll have a quick check after this hand, guys. Good shout, Chris Griffiths. I'm assuming they've been plugged in. Let's have a look. There we go.
Oh my days. 2.1 mil for Ben Teague and Ben Windsor. Battle of the Bens. Down at the bottom, Yeoman, Nicholas Shortstack, Joseph Bold, Anthony Harden, Lee Jones. Bouse is still going. Trevor Reardon again. John Eames again. Danny Laidlaw again. Ben Jackson again. Tim Slater's just come back and cashed again. Brilliant. Minizio going along nicely. Woohoo! Wowzers. Going along nicely, and also Yusuf Erdem with $1 million. Taxi driver from Blackburn.
It goes on forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, Andy Mock still in, winner of the grand final. First grand final after lockdown. And Gary with the ladies off at 22, just want to be opening. Don't want any shots from here off of this stack. Makes it 40. Jack's in with the ace-deuce suited. And Rick Light with a nice defend candidate here. Wants to be defending the Queen-8 of clubs. Getting 6.5 to 1 in the call. Should be defending here. Yes, Paul Hamlin, there will be a book running tomorrow. And yes, Chris Wood is still in BRM. Well, would you look at this? We've got Jack with a nut flush draw and overpair for Gary here. I think Gary going to want to be trying to get his chips in with 2 streets. So multi-way here, fairly wet texture, might go for a big size. Goes half. Just south of 70 into 150. And Jack with a nut flush draw, not going to be going anywhere. He makes the call. And that leaves Gary with around 1.2 SPR. Ten of diamonds on the turn. Thought that was Steve O'Dwyer in seat 1. I can see it, Bovey. I can see it. Ten of diamonds on the turn here, and Gary with about 1.2 SPR, just under. Might choose to go for it here versus Jack. And there we go. There's the. I don't know. Not the all in. Putting in a third of his stack. Goes for 120. 120 into 290 here on the turn, so 40% sizing choice for Gary. Which will set up a nice 40% with a shove. On the old 40%, 40%, 40% it will be from Gary. However, is that the river that we want to see? Jack can definitely have some Jack X here. Flat in from the button. But I don't think Gary's ever going to be check folding, so may still choose to shove this in here. Try and rep like an ace king, ace queen, king queen type hand. Get a hero potentially from a 7. It does choose to check, and there's a snap check behind from Jack. The queens are good. So, Tower, you must have had a question right now.
I've got one.
You've been looking at Google for the last...
Yeah, I was just checking out Rotherham United's win against QPR today. It was great. So, go for it. Are you ready?
Right, guys.
Here we go.
Last giveaway
Ever.
that we are going to do
Ever.
for this event is for a 110 token. Rules are as simple as this. Tower's going to ask me a question. I'm going to write my answer down on this piece of paper. Closest to my answer is going to win themselves a £110 token. No double guesses. We will check that no one has had multiple guesses. If you do, you'll be disqualified and you cannot win a thing. Also, don't put your guess in the chat box until my answer is down on this piece of paper.
So,
So,
pre-COVID 2019,
yep.
how many people visited Las Vegas?
What?
In 2019?
What, the whole year? Yeah.
Yeah. How many people visited Las
But I've
Vegas?
got a query. Like, if someone's driving through Vegas, does that mean they visited there, or? I don't know. It's a weird question.
No,
Tara.
it's a great question.
It's not a great question
It's a
because
great question. How many people visited Las Vegas in 2019?
yeah, but that could mean anything. That could mean someone popping through there. It's a very difficult question. All right,
I don't mean driving through
right.
Illinois up to Boston.
Okay,
and you go through.
I'll put my
So we
guess
go
in.
tourists.
I'm going to put my guess in.
We'll go tourists. We'll say tourists, visitors, tourists,
Right, I'm in, guys.
tourists.
Guess is
Not
in.
lorry drivers. Tourists. Get yourself in, ladies and gentlemen. It's for tokens for online. Go, go, go. How many visitors? Let's go tourists. How many tourists visited
I know
Las
you, now you
Vegas
tell me after I got my answer down.
in 2019? No, I told you before. So there we go. How many tourists visited Las Vegas in 2019 before the pandemic hit the world? Let's start looking. Good luck, everybody. We'll keep his eye on the nut flush draw for signal flush draw for Ben. So, how many tourists went to Las Vegas in 2019? It's not the right answer. You can Google it as much as you want to, but it's what Jay thinks that matters. It's for £110 token.
Yeah, 10-7 of diamonds. Thinking about opening as a chip leader in the room, but just going to let it go.
Beautiful. Come on. For the final £110 token of this live stream. How many tourists visited Las Vegas in 2019?
So Ian here opening the ace jack, raises to 40, and Joe going to defend off of his 5 bigs with the king 7 off. Ian just sets him in. Joe having to get out of the way. Down to 47, guys. Just losing Maz Bako.
No!
And we have in the over here.
8, 7, 8 against ace king and flush draw. Top pair and the flush draw. And it's a 7, so the ace king. Oh, it's Ewan! Ewan McNicholas. Man. Unlucky Ewan. Where did Ewan finish? 48th? Ish.
So Maz Bako out as well. So off this hand, Tao's going to give me the correct answer,
Yes.
and then we'll give you a few more minutes if you haven't got a guess in yet. They play until around, well, it'll be 1 AM on stream for us. We'll be finishing up. They'll be playing live till around midnight.
Yes.
Kev Quinlan with the Kings. Does look a bit like Kev actually, Mark, now you say it. I can see it. Kev Quinlan, good friend of mine. Yep, that is Gary that won the high roller, Sean. So, Tower,
Yes.
are you going to give me the correct answer?
Yeah. The correct answer. How many tourists visited Las Vegas in 2019 before the world shut down?
How would you even track this? How would...
Well, they obviously clicked when they come off the plane.
What about if someone drives in?
I don't know.
Well, this is the thing about a question. It's not really a...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Jack with a raise and take with the ace-10. Correct answer?
49.5 million.
49.5 million. That's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
49.5
That's not what we
million.
want to know. We want to know how many J thinks there were. 2 minutes.
I didn't realise you knew Kev Quinlan, Jim. Know each other very well, me and Kev. Top bloke. Who were you talking about earlier? Won 300k in bounties. It was Mark. Yeah, Weasel. Mark.
Mark Rubbertham. Where's he from, Mark? Where's he from, Manchester? I know he was playing in Manchester, wasn't he? The Weasel.
Chrissy's got the answer spot on, and she didn't even cheat, she said. But that doesn't matter, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Unless I've got the answer spot on,
Absolutely.
which has never happened yet in a J or Tower, I think.
Not yet. There's always time.
There is. We've got plenty of time.
Do us a favour, just give me the
So we're going to give you till the end of this hand, guys. Joe is all in for his 3.5 bigs, and going to be getting called by Gary. I expect Gary
appreciate it.
going to be basically
Oh,
calling
be kind.
near entire range. He will have some folds. 7-8 off here. One big investor. Can't see how we can fold as Gary Tower. There's the call.
Oh, and
Shows the
they call
7-8.
on
Joe with the
picture.
Queen Jack suited. He's been patient. He's got the money in good now. The tricky part we need to hold.
Yeah, I know, but he's going to shout it.
Chrissy says she. Sorry, Chrissy, if you're not a she. It's because your name's in pink. I thought it was...
And we've got a Chrissy playing.
yeah, we have. So guys, you've got till the end of this all in before the comp closes, and then we will reveal the winner, and then we'll just be concentrating on the action.
We'll have to sort it out as well, because I think the mod is not in.
There's a 7.
We need running.
Nothing. Just a Queen Jack or 10. No running anything. Just a Queen Jack or 10 directly. Same scenario on the turn.
A 10, a Jack, and a Queen.
10 outs to survive the main event. And it's the 3 of hearts. You got a feel for the guy. He's been so dead in terms of cards. He finally gets it in good, but just couldn't find the hold. So have just lost Joe Bold.
And in 10 seconds, we're going to give you the answer for the £110 token. How many tourists visited Las Vegas in 2019? The correct answer was 49.5 million. I was one of them, was you?
Yeah, I was actually.
There you go.
Oh no, I wasn't. Not
No, you
2019.
were
Not
21.
29. Not 2019.
You were 21, 22. Last year, wasn't it? Your first one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. John Perkins, last guess. Mixed Addict, last guess. How's he done that?
Competition
Mick the
closed.
Mod's on. I thought Mick the Mod was out with his wife and getting drunk. Oh, competition closed. So, it was obviously it was a brilliant question.
It wasn't a brilliant
Because you
question
start
because
coming up with people driving through Vegas in the lorries delivering coke and stuff like that. How many tourists visited? Like 49 on their website, on their tourism website. There was 49,500,000 people visited Las Vegas in 2019. Okay.
and I went for
Went for good guess. Good guess. Oh, good guess. Not bad.
62 million.
Not bad. I'm impressed with that.
62 million.
I'm impressed with that.
And someone was 120k out Tower. We had someone guess 62.12 million, and that was Mel Barnes on Twitch. Well done to Mel Barnes. You won yourself a 110 token.
Well done, Mel.
All you got to do is drop your AES in the chat box. If you don't want people knowing who you are online, you can whisper me on Twitch, and I'll get you on the spreadsheet. All those tokens, if you've won one over the week, they will be in your account on Monday. So 2 more days. Well done to everyone that's won a giveaway over the last 9 days. But that's it for all the tokens. We've already gone over budget, so thought we'd try another one out just to close out the stream today. But we will be back with more giveaways, more Giant Tower things, more wheel spins in Blackpool. But thanks to everyone for getting involved. I know you enjoy them, we enjoy them just as much. But well done to Mel Barnes for winning the last one.
Final session of the stream for tonight, finishing off around about 1 a.m.
Yeah, where's the thought process, Jay, says Chrissy. To be honest, I just put a big number. It was really hard to even think about it. But I just thought a lot, and 62 million is a lot.
That's true.
That sounds like one of Tower's breakdowns from the Tower thinks, but
It works.
yeah, I done this, I done that, I done this, I done that, I done this, I got 62 million.
Well done, Mel Barnes. Somebody won one of our spin the wheels and ended one of our guesses and ended up winning £3.5 grand today.
Yeah, that's true.
Evening, Jimmy. What happened to the blades today?
Oh no, Skiface says I mistyped, they're meant to put 62 million.
Oh no. What did he get? Don't tell me he put 6.2.
Put 52 million.
Oh.
Get to just enjoy this great table that we've got here. This is what you expect though, Tower, deep in a big event. You start just recognising a lot of faces. The day one it was a bit like a lot of new faces for us to see around the room, on the feature table. But when you do start getting to the business end, you really do start to recognise a lot of the people that have been there before and done it. And we've got Gary Benteague here, so been going for the double check with the ace-3 of hearts. I think Gary's one's just happy to check the line and try to get to showdown with the 3 overcards out there and 10 spades on the river. We can check the whole way. Expect Ben to go value 100 now. Gary will still plausibly have some Queen X that he could potentially check twice in this spot that we can go after. Some river 10X in there as well. Maybe if it was day one of the stream, Chrissy says I was expecting something to do with the amount of planes landing, times hotels, times capacity per day over the year. And Gary with a discipline lay down there versus pot on the river from Ben, just lets go of the 8s. The brain's a bit frazzled at the moment. Been looking at a screen for 9 days, talking poker with the Tower. It's definitely not working at full capacity. Katie says will be interesting now that Benteague in position to Ben Windsor, see how that dynamic affects Mr. Windsor, because before didn't really have any chip stacks on his big chip stacks on his left, so he was opening a lot of hands. But Ben now coming to the table does have Mr. Windsor covered. Ben opening the Queen 10 raises to 40. Yeah, I got it, Mel. I got your alias. It's on the spreadsheet, ready to be sent off, and all the tokens will be in at some point on Monday. Saying that, Tom gets back Monday, doesn't he, from Miss Jamie Nixon's
Well, we'll
stag
have to
do,
give them
doesn't he?
Richard tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I can go to Richie Cullen tomorrow. Oh, I can't. Is he gone? Oh, he's gone. Just everyone's part-timers here, I swear, Tower. I swear everyone's just part-timers.
Well, first in, last out.
Always. First here, last to leave will be as well, Sunday.
Yeah.
First here on the Friday. We last to leave on Sunday after we finish on the delay.
No, there'll be nobody left in the building by the time we get 44 on. Who's been eliminated?
Let's have a look. So we have lost Joe. Oh yeah, I said these: Joe Bold, Colin Gillen, Kristen all Costin, and 44 remain.
The celebratory drinks are coming out. I bet that's a Guinness. And there it is.
I hope you're on the wind up, Ian Roberts. I hope that is a joke from you. Oh, you mean you go straight into the close without using the ticket? No, the ticket will go into your account Monday, and then you have to use the ticket from your account to play the closer. But if you don't want to play this Monday, you can play any closer, any 110. They're all 110 tokens or 30 tokens.
Yeah.
Did Terry Jordan grace Coventry? Yes, he was here. TJ was here. Don't think he got on too well.
Thousand. The blinds at 10.20.
All in call feature.
All in the call feature. David in one at risk against Jack in seat number 9, Mr. Jack Veal.
We need some help here. David went up to survive. There's power of these suited wheel aces. This isn't the correct equity, obviously accounting for the movement, but still just such good equity when called. Always going to be a 1 and 3 shot at least. Not on that board.
8 Jack Queen.
Drawing to just an ace, running diamonds.
Jack of pairs on the turn.
Well, imagine getting counterfeited with 10s tower, that would be ill.
No, Queen to counterfeit.
Queen working now as well as the ace. And it's a brick. 4 of spades, so we lose David Winter just before him.
Well played, David.
Losing Theodore Evstratiev and Tim Slater, which I believe
cashed again.
tower is going to take us down to 41 if I'm correct. So busting like flies, and we're heading straight over to an outer table.
Oi, oi, the taxi driver from Blackpool, Yusuf Erdem, is all in.
So Yusuf Erdem all in.
Cash this week, is all in.
Yusuf with the ace king.
Yeah, he stands up. He is. Queen.
How can this go wrong, Tower?
It can't.
How can this go wrong? It can't. 2 outs for the ace jack.
There we go.
And 6 on the river.
1, 2, 3.5. So that looks like about 650k pot.
Nice double up there. Say taxi driver.
He is indeed.
He won the 25-25 and got a seat in that way.
Yeah.
Great story.
Just to let you know, he doesn't taxi drive very often. Especially on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays or Sundays.
Hercules, these were the chip counts just before the break. I'll pop them up for 5 seconds.
Go.
And there we go. This was just before the break. We come back from break about 20 minutes ago. So this was as of 20 minutes ago. We've lost obviously a few names. You and Joseph Bold both out. Maz Baker out now as well. David Winter we just saw. Back to the action.
Jacks. You got a set already? Set of jacks.
And Gary limping in from hijack here. And interesting spot for Ben Windsor because 3 seats unoccupied now, Tower. We are actually 6 max here. And hijack limp cut off raise from Jack 3.5x and Ben with the ace jack here. Tricky spot. He's lost his time banks. He's going to use one. think we're always going to see Ben continue here, six-handed tower. If he folds, it would be a good fold. Doesn't love it, just from how he's posturing. I think he might choose to let this one go. He's going to come along. He's going to go for the free bet here. And because this hand started 6 max tower, Jack starting the hand with 870, which is 43.5 bigs. I just think Jack's got to send this versus Ben in particular. We're 6-handed here to start the hand. And seats have just been filled to balance tables because we're down to 40. Whoa! Jack folds jacks! What? There's me expecting the 4-bet send, but just folds the jacks.
Wow, he has got... Ben Windsor has just got him.
What?
He's absolutely in his head.
He is?
He is in his head.
I'm so shocked to see Jack fold the jacks. I just thought we were going to see the 4-bet send.
Wow.
6, 7, 8. It's like, do you remember that one?
6-handed.
I thought you had 9s, 10s.
Limp hijack. We make it 3.5x from the cut-off. Small blind 3 bets. And we just fold. First time Jack's reads haven't been on point. He's been making some good decisions, but...
Nope, he's already said I had jacks. He's already said I had jacks and you've got him in my head. And that's exactly what he's just said.
The table's just been balanced, guys. That is because we have just got 5 tables of 8 remaining now.
That means we're down to 40.
Yep, so just the 5 tables of 8.
Turned into a rising phoenix. Through the ashes.
Daniel Laidlaw in 1.
Especially with the dynamic, guys. Like, it's maybe a different story if Jack just come to the table and he weren't aware of how Ben had been playing, how active he'd been. The dynamics already set between the 2 players. They were battling the previous session almost nearly every hand, and it's really surprised to see that fold. I think we all are. I'm just going to 4-bet rip that one versus Ben Windsor. If you got it, you got it. If you got ace-king, let's go to the races. Payouts at the bottom of your screen, Spenny. And Darren Oliver. And Hercules, all asking the same question. Prize pool coming across the bottom. Oh, what is going on this featured table the last few hours, Tower?
It has been incredible.
So Ben T
Like a short deck, Tom.
is met with a 3-bet, and we're sat here with queens +1 open from Jack. Ben goes for the 3-bet to 135, and now we got Ben Teague in the small. Incoming cold 4, probably around 400. Out of position, goes slightly larger, 450. And Ian's got 9s. What is this?
Go on, Kiffin.
So Ian will have to get out of the way now. Easy fold for Ian after this action. It's a +1 open, button 3-bet. Ben finds the cold 4 from the small. 9s just never good after all this action has occurred. The ace-jack of jacks now got a fold. And Ben Windsor here, ace-jack of diamonds with position. Getting over 2-1 on the call. I think he's going to be coming along this deep tower. Like, we block aces, and it's not okay. He's going to let it away, but I thought he might come along there with position simply because as long as Ben hasn't got aces, we're getting a direct price, more than a direct price to come along there. We're getting over 2-1. Assuming that we're not up against aces, we're always going to have more than that 30% we need. We've also got position as well. So I thought Ben Windsor might have pulled that deep, not because he thinks ace-jack is the best hand, but because of the price he's getting with position. And as long as we're not up against specifically aces, we are going to be making a profitable call. And we are mega deep with Ben as well. But I'm just going to wait for a better spot, which I understand. Not really, Chris Palmer, not too many big jumps. We don't really see the ladders get extortionate until the final table. Oh yeah, Kahuna Poker, good evening.
Pass. Pass.
Good evening to you. Hope you're well.
Pass. Still gin. So I'm doing more shots now, so it's getting harder.
Just those two. Yeah.
It's nearly over. So I'll peak at the moment it's over. Then phone to the final. Phone to the final.
Ian giving Gary a walk. We're not playing down to an FT. We've got 2 more hours to go this evening. We'll be finishing up just after 1 AM it's looking like. And then we're back tomorrow 12:30 PM on stream. And then we'll be streaming all day tomorrow until we crown an eventual champion of the first UK Poker Open. Did you guys get access to the service lift? No, we didn't.
No, absolutely devastated. We had to stop at the bar. We didn't, unfortunately, and now the doors are locked. Damn.
It's just a location. It's in exactly the same space.
I never knew it. Is Trig still in? Yes, he is. He's about top 5 in chips was Trig.
Yeah, an interesting one here, Tower. Dan Laidlaw opening the ace-jack suited here
10 seconds.
off of his 12 big blind stack, closer to 13. And Nicolay here with the 9s. Gonna fold!
Folding again, I tell you what, he's folded some hands today.
There I am, gonna say we're probably just gonna send this and just gonna fold the 9s, and maybe players really tightening up, Tower. When we get to this stage, you can see the 300 bag in sight. You know you're 2 hours away from making a big day 3. Yeah, Dr. Channy says shout out to the dealers today. Having to click that time bank every hand looks a nightmare. I defo forget. They've been great, the dealers.
Top right hand corner, George still. It says 40 out of 1,086. That's how many players are left.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Mel. I might have to disagree with that one. Obviously, it could be wrong, but I just think 9's there versus a single open. I know Danny's opened off as just sub 13, but I think I might have just been jamming the 9's over the open. Obviously, it's scary when he does open gun off that stack, but I guess he will still have some stills in there, Dan. Obviously, aces and kings come to mind when someone else opens off a 13 bigs, but we can see Dan opening the ace-jack suited as well. And obviously, like, still ICM pressure. We're down to the last 4% of the field now, so a fair amount of pressure. As Jack just moves all in, blind on blind with the 8-5, and Dan has got a snap with the ace-10.
Nearly. It's nearly ace 9. It's not. It's in the round.
Well, we build them. So, Dan, 67% equity.
5 by 5 please.
Ace 10 to double against 8-5.
Oh,
You hate seeing these ones, Tower.
You do.
The 2 live cards, however.
Wow, looking at the ace here.
Yeah, we flopped top pair, but still fading 8s and 5s.
Yeah.
Only 5 outs to fade now, not the 6.
Otherwise he can't cover. 5?
3 on the turn, so clean turn for Dan Laidlaw. Can he fade the 5 outs up to get a much needed double?
Yes. Dan, the man can.
Straight on the phone.
I'm going to double up, boys.
Got a double up.
Got to double up. Woo, woo, woo.
I was getting ready to leave.
16, Jack. Got to double up, Jack. Tell Dave.
George was tempted to put in 1 month's paycheck just to give it a shot. Been watching for so long, would be nice to give it a shot as a go and go on holiday next year. If you fancy yourself, George, and you've got the readies for it, absolutely. Don't forget you can always get them for cheap leading up to these type of events. There's satellites galore online. Don't necessarily have to pull up the full 1500.
Absolutely correct.
The satellites are very good on the client.
You could spin the wheel.
Oh yeah, you could just get on through the wheel. Take the Phil Baker approach.
Huh? What's that? You tell me, mate.
Down to 38 Tower. That's because we've just lost Dinesh Pranitis and Lee Jones, both exiting the field. So 38 players remain.
Seats available, 2-5 Holden for William 9. Lifting you over, Rob Finch,
One of the 38 are going to be taking home £335,000 tomorrow. There's Ewan McNicholas coming over to wish Dan Laidlaw some luck. Ewan busting out
I won't be allowed in.
about 10-15 minutes ago.
I don't know when I'll see it. I'll see you some pass. Yeah, I'll speak to you soon. I'm not planning that. Pass. It's a big time. Pass. Pass. So a long way away.
My answer was 62 million BRM, and the winner was Mel Barnes on Twitch. You're coming to give all the boys some run good. Goliath last year at Cov was a decent weekend, didn't play but went down. Was one of your best Goliaths, Tower and Jake. It's going to be bigger and better this year, Spenny.
It was amazing. Really, really, really good. Really enjoyed it.
I've loved today though, Tower. This has been really good day on stream. It's nice to have good action, good entertainment. Really does make our lives a lot easier when things are happening at the table.
Pass. Pass. Raise 45,000.
Jack going to open the king deuce suited. Makes it 45, and Dan Laidlaw on the button here, off at 29. Going to make the call.
Cool. Pass. Pass.
And Bedouins are not defending the 9-3 off.
Heads up to the flop. Jack in 9. Dan in C1.
To this
Jack 5-4. Dan flops best.
Yeah, I don't mind the continue here from Jack. Overcard, 2 of diamonds working. The backdoor straight possibilities and the backdoor diamond draw.
80,000.
And Dan just got an easy call here, Tower. All we're going to play here, 80 into 140. So just shy of 60% from Jack. And Dan should just be playing cool.
Cool.
think the Goliath needs a Saturday side event for the bust outs like me that have 6 bullets and never make day 2.
It's just so hard for a side event on the Saturday with over 1,000 people making day 2.
Well, would you look at this tower?
We got the flush draw.
And Jack's going to check. Thought he might go for the barrel there after picking up the second nut flush draw, the way Jack's been playing, but well-timed check because it wouldn't have worked because Dan's sitting here with top pair. And goes for quarter on the turn, 75k, and a quick call from Jack with the king deuce suited. Looking for a king or a diamond. 6 of clubs, isn't it? And now it should just be check, and Danny Laidlaw going to take the pot. Good, a couple of pots for him in quick succession, up to 830k. What's the chances of Jay dressing up as the Joker for Joker's Wild this year at the Goliath? Not happening. We had this conversation.
Probably 0.
We had this conversation on stream earlier in the week. You will not get me dressing up as anything for the Goliath. I'll tell you what. I'll come as one of the GUKPT commentators, the one that wears the hat. I'll come as him. That's what I'll do for the Goliath. You will not see me in fancy dress, unfortunately. Not in the contract. Not doing it. Tower's the man that likes dressing up and getting all the makeup
Not in my
on.
contract either.
No,
He just buys it and he says, "Here, put that on." There's no communication. He just puts it in the box. He went, "Here, I've got something for you." I'm like, what? He said, "Oh, get it on."
Payouts at the bottom of your screen. Lee Wilson.
38 players. 38.
Yeah, he's just lost a few pots, Jack. Just lost a few pots, doubled Dan Laidlaw up, shoved 85 off, blind on blind, held. He's just lost a decent sized one. He had a couple of opens. He opened Jacks and folded to Ben Windsor's free bet, and I think that was the start of his demise, that hand tower, when he folded the Jacks.
That's harsh.
Why would I wear a Spurs shirt when I don't support them?
West Brom shirt.
I'm a West Brom fan now, if you haven't heard. I've quit supporting Spurs. I'm officially a baggy. So Gary opening to 50k. Yeah, and this is just really good understanding from Gary Tower. This he's made this 2.5x simply because the big blind's sitting here with 6 bigs. So he's opted for this size. So Marion is actually going to defend slightly tighter, so he doesn't call, and he can donk shove on a lot of boards. So Gary just recognising the stack in the big blind and putting a little bit more juice on the open.
He's
going to use a time bank with the aces.
He's using a time bank with the boots. with 3 bigs. No, 5 bigs.
And this is just always going in.
Oh dear. Go on, Marion. Marion, just looking on. I wonder what the table's going to say about this when Gary calls. And a call.
That's not fair.
Gary's just said that should be illegal.
The thing is, we've got no fold equity Tower, so even if Gary's got 7 deuce here, he's still getting called. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Marion, gonna need a hold.
That's none of it.
Gonna get it on the board. You see running King Jack or running the trips, it's just ill.
Yeah, 7 for the chop.
Well, that'll do it. So the aces double.
Oh, I didn't realise that was Marion Jess's other half there.
Yeah. I think just giving her. You wouldn't get out of Manchester alive if you did that kind of talk.
Marion back to 14 bigs. A lot more wiggle room now for him.
What are you doing?
Ah, Jess is in the chat.
There is a time. There is a page.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Spot on, because we're down to 37 because
No.
We got Maurizio Pius all in here against Robbie Ball. Robbie with the ace queen, Maurizio with the sevens.
Slow down, flipping heck. We're trying to film it, man.
And the sevens for Maurizio. Hold versus Robbie Ball. Robbie Ball out in 38th place.
Well done, Robbie. Maurizio wasn't all in.
So 37 remain, and yes, we are on a ladder, so that makes sense.
He's still stacking his chips. He's got that left, Marion. Still stacking them. He's got that many.
Good Rob from him, yeah. He's had some good results lately. He shipped the mini in Manchester. Now running deep here in the big one of the year.
Yep.
Going to have a lot of shoves here. It's Marion blind on blind. Off of 13.5, but 10-5 off. Not going to be one of them. Probably just happy to give Ben a walk. So there you are, mate.
Have them. If Tower gets the treble up between now and Goliath, Jay should wear fancy dresses as Britney Spears. There'll be a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 8 in our next treble.
There's no chance you will see me dressing up for the Goliath.
What's your treble worth? Well, it's worth 1 to 3. Even money treble on its way.
You'll probably do the boxing, the 1 to 66, 1 to 50, 1 to 60.
Have you seen them these days? Yeah, Slash was third in the EPT 10k.
Yeah, just over 200k in
It
the
was,
EPT,
Maurizio.
10k high roller. Very, very good Maurizio. Very clued up on the game, especially when it comes to MTTs and deep in MTTs as well. We've really got some beasts left in this field tower, which is no surprise. When you get this deep in a comp, you're going to start recognising a lot more faces.
Imagine us walking on stage as wham.
Queen 7 for Ben from the cut off. Ian here, A7 suited. Off of 21. Fine to just defend this one. Might be thinking about a shove with the suited ace, but I think defend's going to be fine. This deep off of 21. This deep in the comp, I mean, not in terms of stack.
Okay, what the fuck are you saying?
Let's do some brain nephew.
I don't know what that is.
High percentage round.
Shush, Katie.
If I
You be quiet in the chat box. People don't need to know about that part of my life. That's finished.
What do you reckon?
But that is true. Did used to have some rarey hoodies. I used to rock up in.
Bottom line and a top line.
Yeah. He's right, yeah. If I bag an absolute ball, I'll have high percentage room.
Like less than 20 big guys.
Yeah,
The drink doesn't depend. It's the amount of shots you do of it.
And just continuing on the king card board. Goes for just south of 30%.
The number of shots goes
That's
down.
happening up back
But
there
every
flush
big
draw,
blind
and
I
ace
bag
high could definitely be best. When Ben wins up, cut off open.
not without dying.
I've seen lots of
You're the hero.
my points to leave.
Yes, out of the way. Well, story about me and Katie. The first time I met Katie Swift, we was playing a side event together in Edinburgh. I think in 2017, maybe 2016.
Is that when Katie drove home and it took 2.5 days?
It might have been. It might have been. But I used to have. I lost it. But I used to have a card protector that was a mini Rubik's cube. Like I think it was like 3 centimetre by 3 centimetre by 3 centimetre Rubik's cube.
How many permutations is the other Rubik's cube?
And basically, I used to have it always complete, and I kept coming back from break, and it was always mixed up. So whenever we had a break, Katie would mix the Rubik's cube up, and then watch me do it at the table when we got back from break, a little tiny one, and that was the story of how me and Katie met. Actually, that was the first time.
Oh, we met over the Rubik's cube.
Yeah, we met over at Rubik's cube. We were next to each other in a side event in Edinburgh, and she kept mixing the old cube up.
Pass. Pass.
I've got a new golfing hat.
Have you?
I have. I have.
Pass. Pass. Just those two.
Alright then, Barry Neville, evening lads. Can you tell me if Trig is still in? Yes, he is. And is Ifsael Mohammed still in?
Pass.
You can check that.
I can check.
My new golfing hat.
Nice. Very luminous. Definitely playing the dark with that one, Tower. Not very, these days, Rip Cheddar, like not very quick, minute and a half, 2 minutes. Back in the day when I was like 16, 17, used to love it. 3x3s, 4x4s, 5x5s. Used to go to cubing conventions. Used to love the old Rubik's cubes. And then we turned 18 and it was
Drink.
well, I was gonna say poker, but we'll go with
That's
the drink
why I
as well.
stopped playing chess. Drink. Lads night out,
Yeah.
Friday night. What are you doing? Going to chess club? We could have out with lads.
Yeah, but used to loving the Rubik's cubes.
Pass. Pass.
You can still do like one nowadays, 3x3, 4x4. I think I'd struggle with a 5x5x5 these days, but back in the day we were pretty hot. But then I taught one of my nephews to do the 3x3x3 when he was like 9. He's 11 now, and I think he's under 30 seconds.
They did it on a pogo stick.
Yeah, and he can do it on a pogo stick. Yeah, so
Bobbing up and down, doing it on a pogo stick.
so taught the nephew how to do it, and he's better than I ever was now with the Rubik's cube.
I don't know, your brain and your fingers work that quick together.
So just going to jump back to the action. We got Marion shoving here the 13, and Ian's not going to be able to call off with the 4s. Going to have to let these go.
Can we late reg the cup? Yes, you can, but you have to play. You have to have reg before the first hand.
Pass.
Gary with the King Queen. Going to go for the all-in versus the 13 big blind shove from the hijack. We'll have some hands dominated here, some King Jack suited, King 10 suited, Queen Jack suited, this type of stuff. But slightly behind versus the Ace 10.
Jack 10 8.
And can Marion go double in the space of an orbit?
Jack on the 10. That's close.
The 10 means
5,
nothing.
10, 8.
Jack on the 10 is Jack on the 10.
So just fading Kings and Queens at the moment.
Oops.
Nice turn to see.
Yeah. Fading a little bit of paint.
Set wins, set winning.
They both be drawing better.
Oh my god.
6.
Does. So top pair, top kicker. Good enough for the double for Marion.
Set wins a
There
lot.
we go, just like that. 580k and 20 bigs.
That's a good hand, mate.
Set wins, set wins.
It said 35 on the list. Who else has gone?
If you don't use a card protector, do people steal your cards? No. It's just you've always got to protect your hand. Like more so for when you're in the 1 or the 9 seat. Some people will like leave their cards there, and sometimes the dealer might just swipe them because they think you're folded and you make a small motion forward. So it's just to basically show the dealer that your hand is still alive.
We're going over because Woody is all in.
1-8.
There's an open to 40k Trig.
1-8.
3 bets to 90.
I've got
Woody's got 180,000, he's all in. It's 3s against
Sevens.
Triggs. 6-7 off. Okay.
the classic, mate.
Oh, it must have been tiny. Then.
180. 9 bigs.
Oh, has flopped the gut shot here, Trig. And it turns
just a
the
7.
And we're going to lose Chris Wood, Trig.
With the straight. £5,770 for Woody. Chris Wood eliminated in 36th. Means we're down to 35. 37th was Mo Ifzale.
Yeah, I think they are all on the booze. Saw Balsey on the owl, saw Chris Wood on the owl, Trig had a pint on the table. I think they're all on the booze. Jay, do you play chess? No, I don't, Mark Adair. I know the rules, but I don't play. I know how to play, but like Tower would probably smash me because I know he used to play chess. I know the rules, but don't necessarily play. So Jack finds kings. Ben with the jacks. 9 bigs here with fist pumping here. Ben, I think we're going to have the best hand most of the time, but Jack actually with the goods on this occasion.
No. King. I want an extra king. I want an extra king.
So Jack has a chance to double over Ben Teague, who was chip leader at the start of the last break. The start of the last session, should I say.
Jack at the moment. Just hold, Jack fades the jack. And back up to 450.
His credo flop ace 9 or something. It moves the jack. It's hold. Sorry, 280. It's hold on the flop.
It's definitely the beer level.
Ben, this is your score.
Yeah, see Ben Windsor on the beer, see Ben Teague on the beer, Gary Thompson's on it. We know Jack's been on the booze all day. Wouldn't think they're playing for 335k, would you, Tower? 5 tables out, soon to be 4. And blinds are up, guys. So last level of the day for us, 10k, 25k.
We'll balance the tables with Danny Laidlaw going.
Ones will go up next hand. This hand's still 10-20.
Make the mods watching the live stream. It's a cash table in a casino. Nice one, make the mod. Yusuf is the top. He doubled up to about 700,000 about half an hour ago. We get a full chip count at the end of the day.
10 seconds. Right, 40,000. Pass. Pass. How many you playing?
350.
Well, blinds didn't go out this hand. They're supposed to, but don't think they were announced, so stayed at 20k for this hand, and then we'll be going up for sure next hand.
Heads up to this one.
King, Queen, 9, rainbow board.
Check.
After Gary opened the ace-5 off from the cut-off, Ben flop in middle pair and gut shot here. Not really too much going on for Gary, although this board might be slightly more favourable for us. Ben going to be defended very wide on the big. We'll still have the nut straight here, be opening all 16. Combos of Jack 10, all the sets, all the 2-pair combinations we're going to have as Gary. We're just going to see that 25k. Jack on the turn, so Ben wins up. Turning the king high straight, still just want to play check tower. Gary can still plausibly have ace 10, but with board that
Sorry, thank you anyway.
Might elect to go for the second barrel on some of the time. I think once Ben calls flop though, I think Gary's good enough to just give up here tower and just check and realise that. I guess we do go after some one pair holdings, some like suited Queen X, suited 9X, this type of stuff. Do start folding out this suited Jack X that pulls her back with a flush draw and gut shot.
Anyone else want to
And it goes for 60k into 160. And expect Ben just to play cool here. But we want to keep some bluffs in on our opponent.
10 seconds. Raise.
I'm going to go for a raise. That should be a snap fold from Gary. I don't think there's anything taking too long to get out of the way. Short stack. Playing as many hands as possible now, seeing as many. We need to slow the game down.
2 big stacks on our table. Ben Teague and Ben Windsor. 34 players left.
New blind level with this hand.
An hour to go.
5.
1 hour to go. The standard of hands and play has been excellent in the last few hours. This table has been one of the best tournament tables we've ever had. Honestly, it's been amazing.
Pass. 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 Raise. 50,000 token. Pass. Pass.
JB Wellbeing. That's Sunday. Got up this morning, ran 13 miles up the canal in Coventry, lasted 6 minutes of day 2. Drove back up to Manchester and played the combat Berringham Road, bust that, and now he's back in bed watching the stream. Oh my days. 13 miles, how long does that take you? 13 mile, half a marathon. Average time for a marathon is probably about 4 hours. So a good couple of hour run. You'd have been up early this morning running in the cold.
It's the feature tape, it's the final tape.
Hi Stato, Andy Hume says keep up the good work. Who's your pick? I'm not being funny, but I'd have to look at the board. Maurizio is going very nicely indeed. John Eames is still in as well. I've not seen any chip stacks since an hour ago when we had the chip counts at the last break. Trevor Reardon, who says Trevor can't do it? Ben Teague has played class. Ben Windsor is a class act. There's a lot that could win it. And there will be a pattern. I've been told there's a book tomorrow. I've been told. And Gary, our high roller champion, Gary Thompson, has 4s against Jack in seat number 9. Deep run for Gary Thompson. But can he survive? There's an even more house to fade now. An ace, a 10 or a 9 to fade. Imagine the Queen of Hearts. Oh, the offsuit ace. Gary Thompson is facing elimination. And it is, it's a 7 on the river. Gary Thompson eliminated. £5,770, 34th. Fantastic effort. And what a week for the high roller champ. Well played, sir.
The rising Phoenix continues to rise.
Yeah, Maurizio Pace again. Andy is
So ridiculous.
Form game, Tower.
another deep run.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Another good run on its way.
How are we doing, Stato? We was talking about you on stream yesterday. I don't know if you were tuned in. We had a giveaway question: how many words in the English language, and if anyone could actually name them all. What'd you guess? 80,000?
84,000.
Something like that. Yeah, just had to pop out for 2 minutes, guys. Back now.
Have you given him the answer, or did you
Oh,
ask him?
the actual answer
No,
was
wait a
100.
minute. Did you ask Andy the answer?
Do you know how many it is without Googling it, Stato? And if you get within 5,000, I'd be very impressed.
How many words are in the English language? Is that like the Oxford English Dictionary? Is that like the go-to place for words?
Funny story about Stato, actually. In Blackpool last year, we was at the table at the end of the night. He was sat next to Mitch Johnson, and we were just talking. I don't know how it come about, but I used the word soliloquy, and he just looked at me and smiled. He went, "That's really made my day. I never thought I'd come out of the house and hear the word soliloquy today." Made me right chuckle, it did. No idea. 172,000 in a few. 172,000 it was. Good for you to tune in, mate. I'm sure we'll see you on the circuit at some point this year.
Yeah, so it was good to diminish it. I'm probably expecting Blackpool. You might talk about soliloquy. What was it?
Soliloquy.
Soliloquy. Obviously, that's one of the 172,000 words.
Yeah, of course. Did you do the Goliath schedule? I take it for the guys.
No.
No.
We had an all in the call.
Oh, okay.
That's the Goliath schedule. There it is, right there. There might be a couple of changes, just be aware. That's 99.9%. But just in case there is. And on there, there's something missing. Proper, really. Honestly, there's something missing.
Tag team.
What's missing?
The tag team. With the only event being you get to play.
See?
They took it off because they don't want us having breaks, Tower. It's
Nobody
unbelievable.
to run the stream.
I know.
We can't play.
Can't play.
Take it out of stream. So that take it if you want to check that for the need to take a screenshot now.
Too tired for this.
And away you go.
No final hour for us today, guys. It's been some tournament. Great turnout. And this table has been fantastic. I don't think we've ever kept the table on because the session before was so good.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Pass.
He just wants to make. Well, you can't see. He just wants to make the end of the day. We've got an hour left.
Raise.
Yes, 1 second. I'll wait for that. Marion in the car for the fives, off of 20, 21 to be precise, makes it 50. Ben with the Queen 10 off here on the button. Might be thinking about going for the 3-bet versus Marion's particular stack size. Would probably only make it like 120 if he did. But chooses just to get out of the way. The Guinness is more important. Fresh Guinness there, you're not going to 3-bet bluff a hand you don't really need to. I mean, the Guinness has just arrived. And look at Windsor and Teague, neck and neck at the top.
Ace. King. You beat 2 straight. Chop.
10k.
Thanks, Ian. It's been a long week for you both. Well done for keeping the stream entertained. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Ian.
Yeah, if the dates are slightly wrong, it's only a typo. We know Friday is the 4th, Saturday is the 5th, and then Sunday is the 6th of August. Sunday is when it finishes on the 6th of August. We'll change it. That's only time, but we're no different between Friday and Saturday. Saturday will just be a day 2 day.
I know Danny Ryder busted around 50th, I believe. I can find out. He's actually finished 50th on the dot for 4,500. 50 out of 1086. Not a bad effort from Danny Ryder. Pocket sevens in the cut-off here. I think we're just going to be moving in for 13 tower, 13 big sevens. Easy shove for us. Good that Ian recognises that. In they go.
Then fixing his big 10-3.
Well, you know what happened to the rest of them? Where's the rest of them? You'll strike one. Be careful, very careful. Huh? Not higher than the line, though.
If you had to guess, Tower,
Yes.
how many entries do you think the cup got, and we still got day 2 buy-ins?
I'm going to say 420.
You looked, didn't you, earlier?
No. No, I've been past the clock a couple of times, but it was on somewhere. How many was it?
430, and we still
430.
got 430, and we still got day 2 buy-ins. It's already collected well over 200k.
Wow.
And still day 2 buy-ins for that, guys. If you fancy coming down tomorrow for the cup, over £200,000 in the prize pool for that one. 430 entries for the cup.
430 for a £500 event. Side event. Oh no, what's happening up there? Oh no, Marmite. Ain't ready, mates.
GDPR.
Knocked him out.
KO.
His name's KO.
KO.
Knockout.
340,000.
Yeah. Ian's been playing pretty well, Tower, but I think this is just a bit of rush of blood from him. We flopped top pair. We just want to try and take the pot down now. We've shoved for 340 into 135, which is just a huge shove. It's way too much. 2.7x pot. Like, we want to get value from our king queen. Like, 9x can fold against this particular size. Like, we want to just choose a legitimate sizing, extract value from some of the hands that would be called in that defend from the big blind. Once we go for this 2.7x pot shove, like, it's just so difficult to get called by worse. Like, usually if we get called in that spot, we're just dead, literally. So doesn't really achieve too much, but it's back end of the day, maybe not wanting a wet card to come off and be faced with a difficult decision down the streets. Big shove from me in there. Flop the top pair and just maybe wanting to pick up what's in the pot, but we want to try and get value from our hand, and that's not going to be the way to do it.
Break the table, then bring a whole other table to
You can't break the final table, can you? That's ridiculous. Everyone else is playing for 11, 10, or whatever it is. standing up. Right, standing up.
Cool. You're on.
That'd be good, yeah.
Queen 10 of spades for Marion. Completing from the small, and Ben, bottom of range here. Want to be polar in these spots, so might raise it up with a 9-3 off. Definitely get behind this. We're not always going to raise his trash holdings, but good to mix in a raise at some frequency. And these are the hands that are good to do it with, because these are the spots we do want to be polar in. And as Marion here, Tower just shove. This Queen 10 of spades is going to be a lovely shove once Ben raises north of 3x. Would have been a really nice shove spot, but just going to flat. See if we can flop something to go with.
Heads up to this one.
But now very likely to be bluffed off the best holding. But saying that, Tower, we're probably not deep enough to float here. But if Ben goes a small size, which I expect him to do on the A7-6 as the raise up, like, we have a very nice float candidate here as Marion.
Bet 65,000.
Goes 65k, so he finds the third exactly. Now just going to have to get out of the way, but could have potentially went for the limp jam there. Queen 10 of spades off of 20 seems fine, blind on blind. We're going to take the passive approach. And Ben going to take that one with 9 height.
Oh, go on, stream as well.
So we're on 32 as we get 4 tables of 8. KO has been.
When this festival is finished and yourself and Jay escape the comms box, will you both be entertaining a health farm to share all the carrot cake, brownies and donuts? I think I will. I think I'm going to have to go on a little
Jog.
jog.
Proper jog.
Pass. Raise 55,000 total.
The boots for Jack, who's got his stack back up to 900k. He's been up to 1 million, he's been down to 100,000, he's now back up to 900. And he's going to get some more off Ben. These two have been fighting all day long, it's been a great watch.
Defending the big, want to be defending this one, Tower, 9-7 suited. Just lets it go. Well timed fold though, to be fair to Ian. Was up against the boots.
9 Jack Queen. And the lead with the aces.
Bet 60,000.
Bet 60.
With a gut shot, yeah, 4-1 as Ben. Not necessary to hit our gut shot, but on this board, flatten the cut off from +1. This board should be all over us. We're going to have like all the Jack 10, Queen 10, 9-10 suited, this type of stuff. So it's not factoring matter we call in to potentially hit a 10 tower. There's a lot of times when Jack can potentially check it over to us and we can take it away from him. But what I will say, I love the check from Jack here. I was just about to say, I think it'd be a good spot to check with a dynamic set between these two over the last few hours. Ben going to have a healthy amount of 9x, a lot more than us, let's say. Once we open from +1, he pills cut off. Probably going to pill 9-7 suited, 9-8 suited, 10-9 suited, all this type of stuff. And this is what we wanted to see as Jack. We're not loving it, but obviously you have to play check call here with the aces. Ben will do this with some worse value, hands like King, Queen, Queen 10, this type of stuff. And does have a slight 9x advantage, so need to be wary of that. But I like the way Jack's played this so far, Tower. Definitely get behind it.
No. I don't know when
check back call.
The 8 of spades. Just missed the action on the turn, unfortunately, the action tracker.
Well,
Went check that call.
this is interesting because if you have been tuned in for the last 3 hours,
200,000.
these two, oh well, Jack's going to go for the lead here with the aces. Ben will just let it go now and potentially maybe not wanting to call a big bet.
That is Jack back over $1 million.
Oh.
Pass. Pass. Raise 50,000 total.
Kings for Marion, who was down to, what, 5 bigs?
Yeah, it was.
He was on 5 big blinds. And then he gets a double.
Yeah,
Then he tanks with the boots. Used the time bank with the boots. And Gary Thompson was like, what?
sub
And now the
17.
lot's gone in again.
Yeah, sub 17 tower, easy shove for Marion.
Oh my days, we're getting a double. We're getting up to nearly a mill ball. Oh,
So Ben Teague not going to be going anywhere here.
No.
I think Ben's just always going to flat here tower with
Yeah.
the queen simply because Ben Wins is sitting there and we are like 80 bigs deep with Ben, so slightly less. I just expect Ben Teague to always play flat here.
Yep, he does flat.
Ian's now
Ian
got to
Kiffey
find the
says,
queen
yep.
jack suited.
Get me out of the way.
Well, that's one of Ben's outs gone into the muck tower. Oh, and there's the other queen for Andy.
Blessed.
So Ben Teague is literally drawing to a straight or 4 to a flush when these eventually go on their back. And Andy here with the ace queen of spades, it's an open hijack, all in for 17. A call from Ben, like this hand really does shrivel up here. It's a really awkward one for Andy Mock, and this is actually a gross spot I think here with the ace queen of spades, because Marion could have some ace jack, ace 10, Ben could be calling some 9s, 8s, stuff like that, but I think we have to fold this one tower. Just with the action that's occurred, we've still got Ben behind us as well. It's not like we're closing action.
I've already folded ace queen here. But,
He would have folded ace queen in the big to a single open.
alright, don't give away my tells. Flipping heck. God, they'll know everything about me soon.
Yeah. I better keep you on the down low. You're an attack team partner for the Goliath, so I'll keep you straight on the down low. Right, here we go. Well,
Here we go. We are drawing thin.
Marion doesn't know it, but Ben
95%.
Ben doesn't have any queens left in the deck for him, so
Blessed. You get aces at the right time, you get kings at the right time. Can change your tournament completely.
we're going to need to see some clubs or diamonds. Not that Ben knows that. He's looking for the queen, but
Well, there's bound to be an ace on the flop. Oh no,
that's
there's
it.
not. 2, 3,
That's
5, that'll do.
Dead. Dead to a chop.
Yep.
Not that Ben knows it, but dead to a chop. So Marion is going to be up to a mill ball, I believe, after this hand. Come to the table with just 6 big blinds and now up to 1 million chips, nearly 1 million.
40 bigs.
What a spin. And Ben back down to 1.8, still a really healthy stack for Ben. Still sitting there with 75 bigs, he'll be happy with that.
See, I might start playing these. You've just got to be lucky.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You sit there forever, you fall for 2 days, you get aces, you double up. Sit there again, you get kings, guys drawing dead. Double up again. What a game this is. I'm in. Get me in next one. Oh, good old Marion.
I know you're going to win. But, like, same thing. Like, Kevin Carlson kings twice in like 5 hands. Bad then. I think we will win.
There we are, back as easy as that. 40 bigs.
That's one break even.
Looking at the remaining players, they all seem less than 50 years of age. Are there many oldies left? I can say this respectively, as I'm very nearly 50, says oh, Lord, oh my lord. It's a good point. I think there's a few oldies
BTR is in.
still in the field.
Andy Mock did win the grand final, yes he did.
Oh my word, is that man in seat 1?
It is.
Oh my word! Go on, the boy! Play some PLO with Man Tower. I didn't
Nice.
even realise he was in the field. Shout out to the boy in seat 1. Didn't even realise he was in the field, and I thought that looks like Man, and it is Man. So 4 table redrop.
I know I've got, I know you've got, and I know you're going to win anyway. So it's cool then.
Katie says Bowsey's still in. I can answer that respectfully too, as he's one of my best friends, so won't mind me putting him in that category. Ben T-Kit with the 7s opens from cut-off, and going to continue on the Jack 9-4. And like the call here from Jack, definitely going to take one off versus this size. Ace 10 height can still definitely be the best hand, some plausible backdoors. Yep, big TR in the mix as well, Gully. It's been some day. I've actually really enjoyed today, day 2. Was lagging a bit at the start of the day, but things really picked up and been a really enjoyable watch this one. 9 of clubs on the river here. I'm just going to go check, and Ben's going to take this one with the 7s. Always nice to win a pot after losing a biggie. Just get that momentum swinging back the right way. And Ben going to show the pocket 7s. And we are going to head to an outer table because we've got an all-in and a call. Ace Queen at risk. And there is a 9 on the flop. So it looks like we're going to be losing one, and that is dead on the turn.
Oh no!
What about Bowsey?
Bowsey man.
Of it. I know, guys, I know none of you are stupid. I've accidentally hit the wrong button. I was meant to hit the left button, I hit the right button. As you can see, you all know Big TR still in the background there, so spoiler alert, he will be busting in about 15-20 minutes. One job, I know, Tower.
You got one job.
I had one job, spoiler alert. I got the look from PK, he gave me a death stare. So
You know when Andy was on action tracker?
I know,
Are you
I know.
in the same school?
I've literally pressed the wrong button on the stream deck. My mistake. It's been a long day and a long 9 days, and just the human error there. So, spoiler alert, Trev will be getting up in about 20 minutes, but just the one spoiler. Back to the featured table. We got Ian with the King Jack suited, opening to 50k.
3 players to this flop.
And a flop of 10, 9, 9, 2 spades. What a flop for Ian Kiffin here. flopping the straight flush draw. I should be barred, I should.
10 seconds.
Mick the Mod, get me out of here. Bar me.
Bet 75,000.
Yeah, man, just going to go for the donk lead here on the 10-9-9, 2 spades, and Ian's just got an easy shove here now of his flush draw. I don't ever expect man to be leading 9x. He might have some 10x, but we've just got heaps of equity versus the 10x. We'd actually be equity favourite with our hand versus a hand like 10-8, 10-7 as Ian. So just going to have to send this into the middle here, Ian. Just heaps and heaps of equity. Really hope that he goes for the all-in. No, he goes for the flat. Goes for the flat.
Heads up to this 10.
And just pings it anyway. Gets the check mark.
Just had a word with Flo.
Yep.
They put Trev back in.
Oh, they put Trev back in. So
Yeah.
Trev's back in, guys, okay?
Yeah.
Just to let you know, TR is back in the mix.
Yeah.
Do you want to bet with me, Trev, to make day 3? Only about 45 minutes left out.
What's the min bet?
What should we say? You want to bet with me? Trev to make day 3?
Bet. Min bet's a one, huh?
And man just goes after it and is drawing dead. So the flat from Ian's actually worked out perfectly. Thought he was just going to jam flop, but went for the flat, and it's got man to bluff the turn. Rivers the nut flush, and Ian Kiffin up to 915k. That will be his peak of the tournament. That will be a great feeling with 30 minutes left of a big day 2. And man comes to the table and bluffs them off. Back down to just shy of a milli.
Nice hand.
First, a little bit more after.
And we're going to head over to an outer table. Right button this time. 10, 7, 5, 2 spades. Ace, queen at risk for John Bousfield. Look at this for a sweat. And Bousey fades it.
Of course he does.
Too many outs. Any jack, any 9, any 6, any spades. Of course Bousey fades it.
Of course he does.
And that was the button I was meant to press the first time. So we got to see the Bousey double up. How does Bousey fade it? You see that turn and you think you're out the door. Catalogue of outs.
So go on the Bousey.
Yeah, and Ian now got some chips, so wants to open this one. King Jack of Hearts from the hijack.
Raise 50,000 total. Pass.
And Jack,
Pass.
his chip graph's probably been like the Big Dipper tower the last
Yeah.
3 hours.
Seconds.
I'm really surprised to see this from Jack here, Tower, especially how he's been playing.
Yeah.
Just choosing to flat with the Ace King. And it brings Nikolai along in the big with the Queen 10.
He's mixed it up.
Sure has.
King Eye flop as well. Oh, what dreams are made of when you flat Ace King.
And Ian has got top pair. So just got the double.
150.
But going to be doing some chips back here.
Yeah, we bet 150.
Pass.
Full.
Heads up to this turn.
Queen of spades. 4. No, I'm all in, he says. I'm all in, says Ian.
Cool.
Oh, we're not called.
Cool. I guess King Queen's just got their tower, but would Ian really shove 715 into 4, 8,
top
5?
two.
Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't, would he? He'd never do that with King Queen. So this just looks like Ace King as well.
Yeah.
King Jack, King 10, and then maybe aces. He's not going to go this size with a set, surely. But really surprised to see this from Ian. So it's just way too big. It's just way too big a size, I think, here on the turn. 715 into 4, 8, 5. It's fairly large, like 1.8x pop from Ian, and like in these spots tower, like you've got to ask ourselves, what does our bet achieve? And once we go this size, we're not getting calls from worse, we're only getting calls from better. And Jack does make the call, and Ian's going to show the King Jack, and Jack's going to show the Ace King, and Ian Kiffin, fresh off his double, Jack could be up to 2 million chips, 3 outs to fade. All 3 Jacks live. And 5 of spades on the river. So we lose Ian Kiffin.
Ian Kiffin
from the tournament.
And Ian finished in 30th. Because we also lost Ben Jackson on the outer and Iman Sarkashik. So Ian got a pay jump to 6,190. He has him covered by the sounds of it.
Massive shot
he's got
from
him
Ian.
covered.
Takes it in good spirit. Well played, Ian. Great run, mate. Really nice go off the table as well, Ian. I think he'll maybe be just the shove there. It's a bit large. It probably would have been the same result tower. Maybe he might have been able to get away from it on the Spade River, but it's just one of those situations when we choose sizes. Obviously, we want to think what's calling us. Once we go that size, is King 10 ever really calling? Probably not. So we're only getting action from the best hands. We fold out all Jack's bluffs.
Well, what JD are you taking? Then you take some.
Nevertheless, very good run from Ian.
So we're on 29.
29.
As it says in the top right. Ian Kiffin.
I'll come back next week to play the finals anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Nice hand.
That's the second time I've counted the yellows, started to count the yellows as 25.
Yeah, that is a comeback from about 120k when the blinds at 612.
Raise 50,000 total.
Yeah, I think so, Gully. I think that's a lot to do with it. I think Ian's like he's probably going to be one of the biggest day threes of his life if he makes it. He doesn't really want to choose a legitimate size and potentially a bad river roll off. That could be what's going through his head.
160 total. Pass. Pass. Pass.
The clock in the background there. So in about 10 minutes, guys, we will draw for the final number of hands left today. Yeah, I think that's all it comes down to. It's your back end of the day. You can see it in sight, nearly bagging up. And Ben going after it versus Marion here. Love the 3-bet choice. Nice hand selection. And Marion just going to let the ace-10 off go. But we've got to do that as Marion there, unless we want to go for a light 4-bet.
Yep.
So
So some stacks are building with 29 players left. So we're on 29.
See Pass. Pass. Pass.
And over to Nikolai. King Jack on the button. Easy shove here, tower. Don't really want to do anything else as Nikolai. Starting the hand with 7 bigs. Easy shove from the button. Going to have a lot worse hands to shove here than the King Jack. Like, probably going to be as low down as like Jack 10. And then lots of suited connectors. And out the way with 4 deuce. And over to Marion with the King 10. And going to have to call this one off.
7 bigs.
Yeah, this is a call button versus big. 7 big blinds.
Marion's not there like that.
Yeah, we're going to dominate some hands
Making
still.
the call.
And going to like what he sees. Nikolai.
King 10 for Marion. Nikolai. King Jack. Chance of doubling. Jack's still playing.
Won't be no chops here now, tower. So just fading a 10 to get the double.
And does. Nikolai gets the double.
185.
Oh my lord says you see it a lot in rec casino games when they have the best hand. Often people bet pot size or more just to have the win chips to their stack. It's as if they have no post flop play. No, not knocking it in. He did a great job and got some good monies. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I think some people, when like it can be the nerve sometimes as well. You think you've got the best hand a lot of the time, but you just go really big because you want to win the pot there and there, and like people are just scared of a river card rolling off. Like when people start playing poker and stuff, like in the first few months, they're scared of seeing the full run out because they're like, oh, what if the flush draw completes? What if he hits his kicker against my ace king with his weaker ace? I want these hands to fold because I don't want to see a club on the river. I don't want a straight to complete on the river. But you've got to not think of it like that. You need to think of it in terms of against these hands like equity that they're going to have against us. If someone's got 3 outs, we want them in the pot on the turn because they're only going to get there 8% of the time. Like, why do we not want that? If they're getting there every 1 in 12 times, 1 in every 12 and a half times, this is what we want. We want these hands in the pot. Same with the flush draws. Like, we want to give them a price that's bad, but not like a terrible, terrible price and going huge. Like, we want to get value from our hand, and I think you're right. I think at the lower stakes you do see a lot more of that. Just people going huge sizes with their top pairs.
Have them, he says. No way! Something happened on the outer table. What's happening on the outer table? This is news.
Yeah, Trev Reardon all in here.
No way! I've got him for day 2.
Well, he's dead, tower to running will. Trev with the ace queen.
Oh my days.
Turn is a king of spades. Trev Reardon is out the tournament. No one saw that coming, tower.
Nobody. Can't believe it.
Who would have thought that was going to happen?
He was nailed on for day 3.
Unbelievable. They let him back in. They let him back in the tournament, and he don't learn the lesson. He gets in with ace queen against 9s again. Doesn't learn the lesson the first time. And out the door again.
What a great effort from Trev Reardon.
Well done, Trev.
Unbelievable.
Another great run, mate.
Absolutely. £6,190 for Big TR. Great effort. 29th. We're down to 28. Big TR out.
There'll be someone sitting at home on a Saturday night who've been drinking through the evening, proper withered tower, and they've just seen that and they're thinking, whoa, I swear I've seen that before. There's definitely someone watching the stream that will be doing that right now. Be thinking, am I going mad?
How do you do that?
They'll be thinking, I'm going mad. I must be going mad.
Oh, well done, Trev.
Well done, Trev.
We didn't see that coming. Uncle Monty must still be working. Look at that, there's a sweat. Is it busy out there, young man? Good. Good stuff. Yeah, most people bagging up, so they want a bite to eat. They had a few beers. What do you do when you've had a few beers? You eat.
Just put something new on the menu. Steak and onion burgers.
Steak and onion burgers.
Aberdeen Angus steak, 2 legs. Cheese.
Just coming into the year.
5 minutes.
Yes! We got him. Is that little Mickey? He goes, Big Mickey Wharton just done exactly that, Jay. He's obviously sat there on the sofa. He's had a few too many. He's thinking, bloody hell, I swear I've seen this before. That's great. That is great, Mickey. Brilliant. I knew there'd be one. I thought it's Saturday night, there's got to be at least one out there. Ben with the jacks into the hearts from the hijack. Raises to 250. I'm fine, thank you.
Oh dear.
Raise 160.
How's he got back in?
So Ben choosing a very nice free bet candidate here versus the LP Open from Ben. Ace 5 suited, definitely going to find its way in there. And just gets Ben off of the Jack 6 suited. And, I think the clock's going to be paused fairly shortly, guys. Should be paused the deal. If not this hand, the next hand.
No, it's his. He bought it from the guy that was here, but I took him out, I think. Someone took him out, and he's gone as well.
Blinds, please. 10, 25, 25. Okay, hand 1 of 4.
1 of 4. This is 1 of 4. The dealer's just told me in here. He went tower, 1 of 4.
Lovely.
Pass.
So 4 more hands for us tonight, guys. So might actually get the finish before 1.
Raise 50,000.
Then going to be another open from him. King Jack suited makes it 50.
Pass.
They have his moves at the store, but I've been playing hands with you. This is going to be 1 of 4.
Going to defend the pocket 8s
Why
on
not?
the big blind.
Heads up, big fiery bird. From the ashes.
Ace 9, 6.
Board here. Expect Ben to have fairly high frequency continue on, although the King Jack of Hearts, not much going on for us here on this particular board texture, but we are going to have the strongest A6. Goes for 50 into 135. I think this is going to be a mix of some small and big bets tower, third or 2/3 in the Ace 9 6. But EP versus big, and man can't go anywhere here with 8s and the 8 of spades. Making the call. Ben turning the best hand, and this is just going to be check, check. Almost always now. Ben turning enough showdown to check this one behind.
Nine of Hearts, river.
Yeah, once more, I think it's going to be check, check tower. Simply because if this 9 doesn't pair, I could see Ben going for value, but once this 9 pairs here now, we're literally targeting 6x only, and then maybe some pocket pairs which aren't going to be calling us, and hand shows the pocket 8s, and Ben with the King Jack of Hearts. 3 more hands to go.
3 more hands.
Seat available 1-3. Get that casa.
Ian Needleman is off to Forest tomorrow, but he might not go to a corporate day because because Forest are not playing very well.
And 2 of 4.
2 of 4. Will there be a book in the morning?
Yep.
Yep, there is definitely a book on Grosvenor Sport tomorrow morning. Stick the link so when I wake up I can click on
And
it because I never see it.
I'll do the proper tips for the weekend, not Towers treble. I'll give you some rundowns of players, guys, where the value might be for the book. Who had the second on the book and then had the winner the following week in Manchester when John McCann won it?
Can't remember.
Yeah, my tips have been good for the poker book.
Well, it weren't me, and I can't believe it was you.
Yeah, well. No, I had John McCann.
You did have John McCann
yeah,
at 17s.
John McCann at 17s.
Yeah, 17s.
Got that one in. So I'll do a little rundown of the players after, guys, so stay tuned for that with full chip counts. I'll try and say where the value is.
Yeah.
If they're a decent price tomorrow, maybe get a few quid on them.
Heads up to this one.
Jack 9-3.
Check.
Top pair for Nikolai. Not much going on for Ben. And we might plausibly check, but it's just going to C-bet. C-bet frequency has been very high from Mr. Windsor. And C-bet relentlessly on most board textures. When is the treble not shambles, Gully? Come on.
Stop it.
I'm fed up, Tower.
10 seconds.
I might be having a strike on the trebles, and Nikolai just checked jamming off of this stack. Seems perfectly
Two
fine.
out of three again. You get close every single
Doesn't
time.
matter,
It's
close
never,
isn't
it's
good.
never poop.
It's right, it doesn't matter. Close.
Two out of three. You do a Trixie, you get most of your money back. You did a Trixie the other day, you'd have won. You said you were doing Trixies.
We
It's not my fault.
We come close to winning the Champions League in 2019. No one will remember that though, will they? It's not about coming close.
I didn't have a bet on.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it's close isn't good enough. We need the treble up.
Well, let me tell you. There's more Towers trebles. Oops,
What's that?
Some Riggy's just brought us a drink. Did you?
Oh, cheers, PK.
Cheers, PK. PK's fixed us a drink for the last night because
there
it's
we are.
1 in the morning.
No drinking apparently tonight. And
But
someone
what I'm
brings me a
saying,
beer.
but what I'm saying is, more Towers trebles have come in than trophies have gone in Tottenham's trophy cabinet. That's all I'm saying. Back to the game.
The other Ben just wants to take me out and he doesn't care.
I don't want to speak.
Yeah, you know, if we started doing the Trixie, it would just be a single in every week. You know it. You know it would just be a single every week if we started doing a Trixie.
It would be.
Pass. Pass, pass.
Oh, dear.
And then we move to a patent, and not one would come in. Wouldn't even get the single.
You do an Heinz 57. Bean! You do an Heinz 57, and that'll be like the one in the middle never wins. When you do an Heinz 57, is that the one with the like Union Jack?
I'm not aware of a Heinz 57.
You
I've heard
normally
of
have
it.
one in the middle it has to be in every bet, doesn't it? So that's your favourite. That be my 1 to 10 shot that don't come in.
So, man peeling the 4s on the button, Marion with the pocket 10s, Queen, Jack, 8, Rainbow. I like Marion's decision to check here. We've got a nice candidate to check call if man does elect to bet. This board should be all over, man. We'll have lots of hands that connect here. Tony Barnes says his money's on truth.
I'm sure the chip counts very soon.
And one more hand after this one. And that is us done for the day. As man goes for 100k on the turn, and Marion got an easy check call once, opting to check this twice. Going to have to make the call here.
Six of Hearts River.
I'm just hoping for the check, and that's what we get. Managed to show first as the last aggressor, shows the 4s, and Marion, I think he's played that hand very well. Wins that with the 10s. I like the double check. Up to 890.
Last stand. Last stand. Table 2's bagging. Table 3's just about finished, and we're on our last stand. Cheers, Benny. We'll see you tomorrow for one of the biggest day 3s ever.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Cannot wait.
We're down to 27.
Today's been great. I've actually really enjoyed today. Just the action we've had on the featured table. It is so good when we just get things happening.
Down to 27.
You're going to try and influence straddle to the tournament table.
Mine with 25 or whatever it is. 27.
Definitely not
Ben
straddle.
will be bagging tomorrow. A healthy stack, so will Andy Mock.
Yep.
Raise 55 total.
Jack with the ace-5 suited. Raise it up last hand of the day, and is there one battle left between Jack and Ben? Nope, Ben's out the way in the small, and over to Marion in the big blind.
Yes, to get to the shop for tomorrow, you'll need another bottle because tomorrow's going to be 15 hours long.
Rise of Phoenix.
And that is it. What a day. Absolutely outstanding.
Look at the trig!
Oh my, whoa, the trigger. 3.19 million. Michael Brown was up there all day as well. Chris Young. Jack Wheeled, what a day. Down to 100k, up to 900k, up to 1.3 million, back down again to 200. What a day. Finishes on 2.1 million. Some great names. Yusuf Erdem won the 25-25 Blackpool last week, and he's now 6th in chips with 1.8 mil.
And what's going to happen tomorrow, guys, we'll come back. The tables will be the same when we get to 24 players. We just lost Joe Hindry last hand of the night as well. We should probably mention Joe Hindry just busted. So we're down to 27. When we get to 24 tomorrow, there'll be a free table redraw. So the seat and draw will be the same as it is now. We get to free tables, then will be the free table redraw. Then at 16, 2-table redraw. And then when we get to the final night, it will be the FT. So for tomorrow, book will be open from around 7:30, 8 in the morning. That's usually when it comes. If you fancy a little bet, I'll run you through some names that could be potential value. If you fancy the long shot, obviously John Eames at the bottom of the pack. I think a lot of you will know him from the WSOP. He'll be a good little bet. You've got Maurizio Pius in there, who, in my opinion, probably one of the best players left in the field. So if he is a decent price, if you fancy him, get on Maurizio. I think Maurizio can be a great bet. And Leo can play. Leo's very studious and very good player. And the thing is, Leo's very good in big fields as well. So Leo could definitely be a shout. Ben Windsor's probably going to be a really short price because of his previous. Ben Teague, good shout as well, but he's going to be a short price. And obviously the Trickster going to be the shortest in the book. But if you fancy the value, I'd say John Eames for the spin, the long shot, and then probably Maurizio for the outright win. So
By the time you get up all the value.
yeah, probably. That's the thing. I wake up, I go on it, I'm like, bloody hell, this bloke's been backed in, and I'm like, oh, why did I say what I said last night? I've done 4 points. I'm like, oh. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, and Chris Brammer. I didn't even see Chris Brammer there. Brammer as well. Brammer could be a shout as well. So Maurizio and Brammer, John Eames for the long shot spin, and then if you like your short prices, I think Windsor, Teague, good shouts as well. So that's it from me, guys.
Have you done?
I'm done.
Been 8.
Do you want to go to the bar?
You've just run through everybody.
I didn't run through everyone.
Have a bet, Grosvenor Sport. Have a couple of quid. Enjoy the biggest stream we're going to have because it's going to be a long day tomorrow. It really, really is. But it's going to be a super, super day. I'd like to see Ben Teague turn it over myself. I would like to see Ben. He's done the tour. He's come second in the league, and he supports us. He has a good laugh. He's in the chat. I love Ben to take it down, and if he does, we'll be raising one of these.
Yes, definitely. More than one.
Because that guy will have to get the bar restocked with this stuff. Thanks for watching,
cheers,
everybody.
Guys.
You lot have been amazing yet again. These lot have been amazing yet again. And we will see you tomorrow for the final day of the first ever UK Poker Open. Don't be late. Starts at 12:30. I keep getting right by that. We will see you tomorrow. It'll be an exciting day. Night, guys.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
What do you mean, night, guys?
It is night.
What do you usually say when we finish?
From the tower and the team.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Your attention please, keine Fachstellen zu den Namen, Seats 1 to 1.